There we go. What was that? I don't know. Um, Upcoming. That's surprising.
I don't know.
Well, we got the thing here. I gotta go post this in some places. Go send that there. Maybe over here. All right. Oh wait, I gotta fucking pull out the chat. That'd be a good idea. There we go. All right. Now, interesting thing I've pulled up here. You'll notice. Wait a minute. This isn't. Kid, this isn't Umbra. This is Aux Tools, the thing I never talk about. And yeah, that's for a reason. So I think it'd be fair to start off the stream by quickly running through the goals that I have cycling. You might notice there is a really short amount. There is 2 today. And that is for a few reasons. Number one, the second goal I personally think is going to take a long time. I might not even get it done this fucking stream. And also the other one is really interesting. So let me pull. I want to. Why I have so many things open right now. I have 2 different Unity instances open, so you don't mind the rapping for Jesus. That was me listening to some quality music before a stream. I should really open Aux Tools video music or Aux video music so that I can get on like the fucking Wild West theme because of course I am. Why would I not? So, what are the stream goals for today? Well, let me grab them. Here we go. Actually, I'm gonna quickly pause the music. I know I just started, but I'll resume it. I'll do it now. It is canon now. I don't know what he's fucking talking about. Something maybe. Anyway, these 2 things here. Number 1, important updates from Aux Tools version 1.0.5. The thing I never talk about. You see, I never talk about Aux Tools and how I'm working on it. And also to create energy. Now, number 1, what I think is gonna be this requires a bit of backstory. Also, why I kind of haven't made a stream in like weeks. Actually, how long has it been since my last stream? Definitely a while. We can check how long has it been since my last stream live. 12 days ago. So it's been a bit. Yeah. That's definitely a minute right there. It was a real good grilled cheese, man. I actually took a bite out of his and it was so good. Anyway, so I was kind of on vacation for a while and other stuff. So during that time, I did a bit of work on Aux Tools. I don't have the actual file because I was gonna do this on stream because I thought it would be funny. But I can show you all of them when I actually combine the 2 merges. And then the other one I want to do is create energy. Now, this is something I was kind of rambling on about in my Discord server, if you saw that. If you're in it, you'd have seen it, maybe. I've been doing some brainstorming for next ideas. Umbra feature ideas, I wrote down energy. Essentially, I was thinking of a way that I could further balance cards. I think you broke your stream streak. No way. There's no way I broke I still have it going. It's been like 12 seconds since my last stream. Like, no, it's literally, I don't even think there was like a gap between the first, or my last stream and this one. They're just like back-to-back streams. So I don't think I broke the stream streak, no. Anyway, energy for the cards. This was an idea that I had, and I think it's an interesting way, at least, to balance the cards. And hopefully it should not interfere with how the game currently works. We're gonna have to reschedule the hunt. For real, Source, for real. Hopefully this should not interfere with how the game plays, but should add more complexity to the game, you know, other than just, ooh, I have card, let me play it. Or and also B, I think it'll hopefully let me balance some cards more, and maybe also being able to throw in some really good cards in there that just cost a shit ton of energy. That's probably not gonna happen, but it lets me it gives me more freedom for stuff I can do, and it also gives me another knob I can turn on like every card if I need to balance them more, which, you know, is always helpful as the game developer. And so you'll notice this is strange, right? I mean, if you recognize this, you probably don't. The Holy Shield from Rupture. That's the icon. If anyone does recognize the other ones in here, I'd be very surprised if if someone recognized these ones. Anyway, this is a like inventory thing. This is from Ox Tools. I don't remember when I fucking added this, but I did change a bit of it. Anyway, you'll notice there is okay, 19 new 19 new things have been created, and 31 things have been changed, or like have had changes added to them in some way since the last time I updated my workspace. Because you see, I was on vacation for a while, and it just so happens that I had a laptop with me at that time, and you know, me being on vacation, you know what I do? I do coding. That's me. That's what I do. So I was fucking coding. Reload the script assemblies, please. So I've done a bit, and I want to see. Well, we'll know if it's in the. Yeah, you can see those. What I need to check is to see how does the file work. That is something I'll have to look through in a second. This is a new thing I added from this version of it. I gotta love how this thing is taking like 7 years to load. Normally I do this before stream. I kind of like open all this shit before stream so I don't have to deal with loading times like, you know, during the beginning of the stream because it's kind of annoying. But you could see the long string of text and you're like, oh crap, oh buddy, string to bool array. Bool array to string. Oh boy, what's all this with like the where does it say it in here? Somewhere. Aux directory. It gets the special folder for application data, and I think you might be able to guess where I'm going with that. So what I need to check is if I click run, let's hope it does not crash. Cool, it did not crash. That's a W. I should also go over to the other screen for a second. 500 energy. Uh-oh. Yes, actually, that would be kind of funny. This is currently the jizz scene. I want to go over to the console scene here. Don't mind the shit in the background. We don't talk about it. We don't talk about this stuff. I'm gonna be real. Anyway, this is my console, which I might also add, but data. So data list all. Test num is 0, so I should be able to data edit vart g data list all. Okay, now it's saved that. We're good. Probably. Time to go see if I can locate where it put this shit. So I believe it's putting it in here. This, and then I find app data, which is a hidden folder. Should be in roaming. Aux. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, it's fucking working. All right. This is something I created over the break, which, you know, you can see it has the saved data in there. It also has some other stuff like a lang file. Definitely not a stolen idea from Minecraft, and then also this test file just to make sure that it was working when I was making it. I could probably remove that now, to be honest, because there's other stuff. I don't need the test file anymore. This is kind of an interesting idea of mine. I don't know. I just thought it'd be cool, because let me backtrack for the inspiration behind that. I was like, wait a minute. All of this saved data, right? Whenever you're going between versions of my game, like you have like the beta or the alpha or whatever, sometimes it might not bring your data between the two, right? And I think normally Unity's pretty good with that, but just to be sure, like certain, I can also like yoink data from your game in other games that I make, if that makes sense. So like if you earn an achievement in like the Umbra or something, in my next game I could be like, hey look, you earned an achievement in Umbra. Guess what? You got a cool cosmetic or some shit. I don't fucking know. The point is that it lets me basically get the user data from outside just this game. It lets me reach it from other games, which is I think pretty neat. At least it opens up a lot of possibilities for what I can do. Now there is some other stuff which I am really happy about in Aux Tools. I probably won't bring this over to Umbra, but I'm gonna show it off anyway because I'm really fucking proud of it. This is the room generation thing. So this is something I've been working on for a long ass time. It goes all the way back to Rupture is when I originally needed it, and when I started making it. So you'll notice, oh, hey, look, that's a black scene. It's black. We hate black. Anyway, so don't worry though. When you press space, it creates a layout. Now, this probably looks like a bit like gibberish because you don't know what it looks, you don't know what the rules are behind this. Right? I can just press space a few times and it creates some new ones, right? Basically it creates, it creates it in the center, I think is the starting one right here. It picks a random thing and then just creates a layout based, like, randomly like this. It's also based, by the way. I would like you to know. This is based. It is confirmed. Of course, it also goes off screen sometimes because, it's like that. I've tried running it at extremely high things and frozen my laptop, so that was cool when I did that. But, like, this is just, it generates random dungeon layouts, and of course it looks like ass, because it's not meant to look good right now. This, like, the fucking circle, the rectangle, the purple and green squares, like, nah, bro. But it's a random room generator, and that's part of 1.0.5. Now, I actually have listed all the shit that I did in 1.0.5 so far. Now, it's pretty cool. I am not boasting about it at all. The random room generation, the spawn object overhaul, the language system, the dialogue manager shit, the file system stuff, the clipboard interactivity, more num to read shit, and a bunch of misc changes. I would never. I don't know why I closed that. I kind of need that still. So I just fucking lost my train of thought. That's what. What I need, the reason I was kind of, I shouldn't have closed that is because I do kind of need it right now. Now, this entire time I've actually had 2 Unity instances open. You might recognize this, maybe not. This clusterfuck of a thing right there, you're not normally gonna see. But if I go to play, you're like, oh, hey, look, I know this. It's Umbra. That's the thing on the title of the stream thumbnail. Hey. Anyway, this thing, what I need to do is essentially pull over some of the changes that I made in aux tools and bring them over here. Mainly, I think I need to update the file system, the save system, and maybe something in random functions. I think. Because I just want to pull over the thing I showed off these files here. Also, what the hell did I just open? Oh, hey, look, Minecraft. Cool. Not anymore. It's gone now. Yeah, so that's kind of that's like the first part of what I kind of wanted to do this stream, and that's kind of not the most interesting, but I don't care, man. Cards locked behind usernames. I get a card known as faulty wiring, which is a 1/2 chance of firing once. Sorry, this is taking me a bit to comprehend. So, when you mean you specifically get a card called faulty wiring, which when you play it has a 50% chance to fire something, like to fire all your shit and make them all attack, and there's 50% chance to do nothing. Yes. I could do that. I could do that. That is actually a feasible possibility. Oh, you know what I just thought of? Actually fucking good idea. If you've played Delusion, you might remember you can set a username. It's just a fucking username, whatever. But you can set a username for yourself. What I just thought of, a really good use of this shared file system is it would let you save that username between games. If I had like a new file here or something called like universal player data or some shit, and it has like your fucking username here, then what I could do is breed that from any game I want in the future, and you can just write a username in one of these games, and it just stays. That's sick, actually. That's just a neat use I literally just thought of right now. Anyway, I want to go back over to the file system, which I did open, yes. So there is some interesting shit in here. I definitely doesn't even have to be just, yeah, I know, it can really be anything. Like all the games the game settings it probably should not do. Maybe keybinds, but that wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. I don't know. I'm not sure other stuff that would be worth copying directly from other games. You can have like a universal player profile. Yeah, that actually could be sick. I'm not sure how I could do that. What an idea that I've been playing around with recently in my head is having like player badges, kind of shit. The only thing I can't really think of how to do is how to have like if I have a future game where you get an achievement, would it display in the previous game? Because if I made a new achievement thing, like, oh, now you got this like blue badge or shit like on your profile, um, how would that display? How would the past games know what that looks like? And what I then theoretically could do is like have like a folder that stores the pictures for each badge that you get. But then the problem comes up with then that would technically let players just display any image they want by modifying this, and I'm not exactly sure the legitimacy of that. Okay, HMO co-op versus AI, where up to four players take turns playing cards to try and beat an AI, and they can't talk to each other. Interesting idea. I see a few faults. I do like the idea. Um, the co-op against the AI is actually kind of cool. I like that one. That's actually something I've kind of thought of, although it was more like a different thing. But yeah, the having like four players take on one AI is kind of neat, actually. I like that. I don't know about the they can't talk to each other bit because I can't really prevent that, but that could be like a player, like something players do to themselves, like oh, you just can't use Discord or whatever to talk. But I what I literally could do is add a game mode which lets four people connect like to one lobby and then play against an AI. That is something I can do. Maybe in the future, whenever I get multiplayer shit working, you know. It's a bit random, but a co-op versus AI thing is sick. Always, yeah. That's why I brought it up. Universal. Okay, source is sending me a picture. A splash tag. We maybe maybe. A lot of games have this, I believe. Kind of like you have like a I'm not sure the badges in fucking Splatoon. I've never played. Um Split can I search up like Splatoon splash tag? What do I can spell. That's literally these are just the images they use on the wiki. I want like an actual image of them. Like how do they appear in game? I play too much Splatoon. Sorry for all my game design. Yeah. I was thinking, okay, so did someone make their own? Okay, that's kind of funny that someone made their like actual splash tags like that you can get. That's kind of funny. Anyway, if I created something like this, hmm, interesting idea. Again, the problem lies, as I was kind of talking a bit about before. I was talking a bit about this before, is the background and badge images. How do I get them? If I have them all like preloaded into the game when you start it up, that means forever on, those are the only ones that I can ever use. If I try and store the image that you're using locally on your computer, and then just load that in whenever you're getting the thing, then that would mean that players could theoretically just modify that to be whatever they want. And I don't know if that's something I'm exactly all right with. I think it's kind of funny letting people this is not at all secure at all. Like this lets people change like whatever the hell they want. Like they can go to the Lang thing and change all of this text to just say shit, and then the game is just all shit. And I think that's hilarious. But like, and you can also change your game data to give you insane stats. But that doesn't actually break the game. That's not like that's not really giving you any kind of advantage or anything really. That's just kind of like cheating forward to give you money or like unlock cards, but that's not like giving you I don't know some kind of like that doesn't let me explain this better. Theoretically, anything you can modify in there is something that you could theoretically do in game without modifying it. You know, like unlocking every card, getting the shit ton of money. But if I stored the images in there, beat the hardest AI right now. Previous, I can't. Or maybe I can. We don't fucking know. You'll never get to know actually. Um. So anyway, what I was saying is, if I let people modify that, like the background image and the badges that display, that kind of removes like all legitimacy. Is my mic loud? Oh, it is a bit. Okay. It kind of removes all legitimacy from the badges because people can just insert whatever the fuck they want. It doesn't matter if they got it. And that kind of defeats the purpose of it. So I'm really debating it. It's something I've been thinking about trying to it's a complex issue because I don't want people to just display whatever image they want. And I mean, maybe I can do that if that's what I decide the system should be. But if it is going to be like a badge system or whatever, like you display this badge, like, hey, look, I worked hard, I got this achievement. Now do this. Did you read what I said? Yeah, you said no, it's fine. And then the universal player just simply references the images there. Yeah, the problem is like that's a different solution to the problem, and also it's like not something I think I can do. Because if I had a server somewhere that listed all of them, like a secret page on my Google site, I'm not really too well versed in, the whole gameranging. That's a great way of putting it. But it is a very, very complex issue because, fuck, man, creating servers is not easy, especially hosting them. I mean, I can set up a Unity server. I mean, that doesn't seem too hard to do, or set up like a. I've actually kind of found out how to create websites from Google Drive links, so that's not the problem. The problem more lies in I think the right way to put it is upkeep, and I don't know. It's just not exactly the right thing I'm looking for. I'll think about it more, all right? I have been thinking about it. Anyway, I am gonna maybe get on task on the stream. It's only been 21 minutes of me doing everything. So I'm gonna start doing the data transfer that I need. You can just dump images where you can have a constant images and stuff. Yeah. Um, the slight issues that I can think of right off the top of my head with the server problem is, well, you need an internet connection is my number one gripe with that. It's cool though. The potential, yeah, the potential is really interesting actually. Um, the one issue I can think of with the server based approach is the internet connection. That's like the main thing that I'm kind of worried about. I don't know how I feel about needing to have an internet connection to have a profile, if that makes sense. So it's a tough problem, which I'm gonna be probably maybe working on, maybe thinking about. Oh, I have a fucking level system I gotta pull over. It's not really a system. It's a piece of code that I written like at school. Um, this is confusing. These two. They're both the file system, but one's in Gideer 2 and one is in Tools. This I need to put in here because that'll be useful in a second when I bring over some more stuff. I actually don't know all the differences in these files. Wait. More accurately, if I just Control A, Control C, is there anything specifically in Gideer's 2 file system? If not, I might be able to just completely overwrite the entire file because I don't think there's anything like in specific in here. I don't really use it in Umbra. So I theoretically can just overwrite the entire file with the updated one. Now, this will have some errors like this because I haven't imported everything yet. So let's work on that. So the next one I need to do is save system. Where are you at? Here you are. This is where shit gets a bit more touchy because I cannot just copy and paste the entire thing. I know as a fact that I cannot. Build endless history, build dictionary. Okay, those are the. Oh, this has the updates to dictionary. I have to update the dictionary string. I'm just thinking out loud, not really coherently probably, but of things I need to quickly update. So I just need to slap these here, and then those are gonna probably throw an error. Use file system, game file. Yeah, all this shit's missing. So you can tell I've got some shit to do. These need to get copied and pasted over these ones because there are updates to them, which you can see there. That'll fix some problems like this one. And now file.exists, it's just not using fucking system, use system. IO. That'll solve that one. Game file name, file num, use file system. Those are all things that I think are defined up here. No. Well, use file system is. I'm not sure about the others. We're gonna go look at those. Where are they defined? Who knows? So let's go to this. Where do you come from? Who sent you? It's just right there above save string. Alright. I think I just forgot to copy that. Where is save game? Oh wait, did I copy? I copied load string. I forgot to do save string. That would be part of it. No. There we go. So file num. Ah, yes, file num. I remember this. This was me bringing the variable out of load game. This. So private. This is just a lot of copying and pasting of code. I know this is very intriguing to watch, probably. I know this is like high brain activity. Load game. I don't even know if I need to copy paste this because this is literally just file num equals I. Not 1. I. And then I can bring this and copy it over to save game. And now the save game is over there. Man, gaming. So we've got some shit. There's probably going to be an error in here somewhere. I mean, I know that random functions and reference is going to be broken. So let's grab that now. So next up on my bucket list of things to do, aux tools. Where's random functions? I know there is a missing piece of data in here, so get over here. Where you at? Random functions. Game version. And then I throw it in the thing. Where, why? Oh, fucking hell. Okay. I just fucking did the thing where I closed everything. Why is it a thing that you can do? What's the thing that I opened 2 of? I need both of you. Also, both Visual Studios. That's the one that's open. That's the one I need. Alright. And now everything's a mess. It's not that this mess, it's that it's all layered improperly now. This is still good here. Okay. Aux tools. This has it in my clipboard, I think. Yes. So I can go to Getir, random functions, just kind of slap it up there. And I can just, instead of saying 1.0.5, I can just say like dev build. Now, I need to give this some appropriate functions now. The network manager is, of course, missing these new things that I've added. I don't believe it has file system even on it. It definitely has save system. You can check this random functions. Oh, no, it has them. It has them. We're good, actually. That's kind of surprising. It probably will throw an error. As expected. Probably to do with ordering. Object reference sets it to an instance of object. I bet it has to do with the dot instance, right? Let me guess. 45. That instance. Called it. It has to do with execution order. That's real fun. And I actually forgot that I fixed this. Project settings. I know where it is, too. It's script execution order. I just need to do the... Jesus Christ, there's a few things in here. Alright. I forgot how much shit's in here, like how many different things I've created. That's pretty cool. You could see all the names of the things that I made as well as the things I haven't, like NavMesh, but you can't see like Kitchen Gun. Ooh, I love Kitchen Gun. So, what do I need to do? Random functions. Where's that? That'd be like down here, probably. Random functions. And I put that here. And then I also need to do file system. File. Where? I'm looking in the wrong place. File system. And then save system. There you go. I think that's the right order. It might not be. I might have to swap these two. It's working. Well, more accurately, it did not crash. So that's something to... Oh, I just realized. Oops. Game data. I just realized that is currently running off of aux tools, the folder. So I now need to go down to file system and change this shit. So guess what? The game folder name, you know what this is? This is not this is no longer aux tools. This is Umbra. And I also need to go into the true folder. Or the... No, I can close this. I don't think I want it anymore. I can go into this. This is fine. That's fine. But the game name here, I'm going to replace with Umbra game build. So Umbra dev release. Game folder name, that's all gooky. It's all goopla. Hunky chunky monkey. I think that'll work, maybe. Maybe. Please. I pray you. Ox Games owned. Umbra dev build. Ox tools v dev build. Umbra dev build, that's in there. So I now have Umbra, and it should have this, yeah, because it doesn't have lang and it doesn't have game data. I haven't done that yet. Wait a minute. Oh, it has to do with the fucking save and load system. Okay. My bad. Alright. So I remember all that shit that I had in the save system, and I was like, I forgot to do the load thing. And whenever this thing, I've added 2 new functions in here called save string and load string, which, you know, I think their names is pretty self-explanatory, except they, instead of saving it to the, well, I cannot remember. Instead of saving it to player prefs, it saves it to the file system, is what it does. Although there's also a boolean which you can just make it go to player prefs anyway. At least that's from the way that I've made it. So what I need to basically go do, saved decks. Should I let you have access to all saved decks? The problem is the classic deck, I think. I think that's what I'm slightly taking issue with. Okay, slight problem here with letting you have access to deck data in the file. I don't want the player to be able to modify classic, because that should be a constant, and it should not change. Maybe what I'll have to do is create a different system. I'll have to maybe change it so you can access all custom decks, and there's a separate thing for storing base decks like classic. That is something to do later. Not right now. I don't really want to do that right now. So I'm just going to write a note to myself. Separate custom decks and consistent decks in save/load system. Cool. That's been noted to do later. So you can see your coins. You know, what a shame that it uses get string when it could be using save, or actually load a string. What a shame. And you know what? What if I just called it coins? But this can get even better, because, you know, in save game where you set the coins right here, instead of set string, what if I did save string, and I do the same changes of removing prefix because I don't need it in this case, and adding C. Well, my friends, let's see how that works. Please don't crash, I pray you. I'm gonna quote Act 4, Scene 2 of Macbeth. Mother, run away, I pray you. Where's fucking Umbra? Game data. Coins. Okay, well, that doesn't look like the right amount of coins. I think it... Unless I actually have 0. No, oh wait, yeah, it's because I deleted the data, right? So I have 0. Do I have the console? I never added the console. That's on me. I don't really care. I don't need it. We don't need it for this game. That might be real. So I have the game data. So what if I change my coins to 6969? The reason this is also pretty useful is because it means as the developer, I don't need to use registry editor anymore to edit this shit. So if anyone remembers me going into registry editor here and going over to Gator 2 and messing around with this shit, I no longer have to do that. Probably. There's a definitely really big probably in there. But, you know, it's working. And so now, any data I want the player to be, like, able to modify, or, like, at least that's very chill like this, I want other games to be able to read and players can modify, is like this. I might do some stuff later, like in the future, with, like, encrypting the game data so you can't just modify it like this. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. Anyway, that's the gist of it right there. That's the gist. There are, of course, other changes in Ox tools. I need to close the other Unity instance. This is getting on my nerves. Oh, wait. Okay. Well, I hope that saved it. It may have not saved the changes to the win scenes. Whatever. That's not my problem. Or it is my problem, just not right now. I'm real good at this. You can see I'm really in the groove today, which is an exaggeration. It has been 12 days since I last streamed, so I'm kind of getting my groove back on. You can especially tell since I really haven't had music going on. I don't know if that's like a good thing or a bad thing, to be honest. I'm not sure if anyone really cares if I have music. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Oh wait, I can get Buck Bumble theme song? Yo, that's sick actually. I love Buck Bumble. Bumble. This song goes fucking hard, man. This is Good Year 2, this is correct. I just worried for a second, but now we're good, we're good. Alright. Am I gonna do something about these, like, this? These gigantic blue lines coming off of it? Nah, not really, it doesn't matter. Just vibing to this music, man. This just goes hard. Right. What's some interesting shit I can throw on there? I don't know about that. I mean, I could go like, fucking, I don't know. Coin display and more like energy. I could spell. There you go. What did that? What did I ended up typing? Energy display. Well, anyway, that's what you get. You don't get upset. I don't want to do more like this color, you know? You feel? So this image. Ooh. I forgot I did this. That's on me if I'm gonna be real. Alright. Wait a minute. No. I thought I was cooking there, but I was not. I'm not sure. I mean, I can modify it to some pretty wacky values. Is there any like specific color I want energy to be? I can make it any color of the rainbow, just not specific like tones in them. I think is the right way of putting that. I could go purple. I haven't really used purple this game. You know what? Why not? What if I just don't color it? That's the purple that it uses. Do I want to go like more desaturated purple or more like saturated? It doesn't really matter. Anyway, that won't matter because it'll be changed in the future. But you know, you got purple now, right? This is energy displit, and the energy displit at most is going to be 101. I don't think I'd ever have anything go past 100 if I'm gonna be real. So 99 is more realistic, I would say. Oof. I did not realize how that scaled. Image bound to left wall. There you go. Actually, more like this too. I should really fix it on both if I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, the energy display should not really go beyond that, but if it does, it'll just work anyway. Going to display. You know what? Not my problem that I can't see it right now. There it is. So you got the energy display. My favorite. Now, you might be like, what's the point of having the energy display? That's kind of... What the fuck? Oh, it's because I just dragged that onto the scene. And you'd be like, what's the point of having the energy display? That's kind of mean. Where did it even put it? Oh, it's all the way up here. And you'd be like, what's the point of having this little purple number boy? Purple number boy. Well, I'm gonna have to go over to the card. Where, might I wonder, is the card? Probably in Prefab's card 2. Don't mind the fact that it's locked. We don't care yet. So you might remember Dick Ription. I'm gonna modify this probably to get rid of a few. I also remember thinking I wanted to increase the font size maybe to like 13. That was just more of a note to myself. I thought the font size was a bit too small on the card text. Anyway, what's going on with this backgroundy boy? Don't mind the absolute clusterfuck of things here. So let me grab the component. Oh wait, sorry, it's this one. Copy component. Paste as values. And throw it beneath this. If I'm gonna be honest, it should be below the description as well, but I don't care. I just kind of wanted to make it shove off to the side here. And like that. That's kind of uneven looking. I'm not sure how I feel about it being uneven. I could throw it like... I could play it off like it's a thing. I don't fucking know. I'm kind of making this shit up as I go. Some way to look nice without squishing it and also having both. Please? Please? I mean, if I really wanted, I could just do this. It's kind of a shitty one, but I can do it. Anyway. That didn't do it? Asshole. Okay. Anyway. This is gonna annoy me until I get this right. Use a fucking full rectangle. Why can't I click it either? Basic. Boing. And now, guess what? Hole is fixed. So I can play this off like it's part of the card, but it kind of is annoying that it's only on that side. So how does it look if I flip it, you know? You feel? So, and I did not want this to be a child of that. So if I go to this, I flip this and invert the scale. I don't know. I don't know. Definitely a change. The reason I did this, by the way, is because I wanted to have the card like energy readout like here or something. This would maybe let me put another value there instead. I'm not sure what I would put there, to be honest, but I could. But I could. I genuinely don't know what I would do with the second one. I was thinking like I could put the energy like here or here or some shit, but what do I do with the other one? I don't fucking know, man. I'm just thinking. What? Why homie just sent me something? What the fuck is this? Hold on, I need to open this in incognito tab. I do not trust this link. Alright, what is this? Incognito tab. He sent me this. Developed the heterosexual homosexual rating scale, also known as the Kinsley scale, in order to account for research finding that show that people do not fit into exclusive hetero. Yeah, huh. Question 1: to whom am I attracted? Well, you know, I kind of feel like that's literally the same one, but only people mostly. What do you mean mostly? Actually I kind of get it. But to whom am I attracted? I would say not me. Who have I had sex with? Minors. Uh, where do you? Alley-oop? How do? There's no option for minors here. What the fuck is this? This is stupid. I can't do this. I failed on the first question. Damn. Or actually, this is the second question. My bad. But damn, like, I can't do it. I can't do it. Anyway, so where do I want to put the energy? This I feel like is a good location, but then that leaves this one. And I don't like asymmetrical guards is the problem. And I could put it at the bottom. I could put it at the bottom, like in the bottom center. I think I'm gonna do that. Give me decryption, please. I'm deleting the last decryption. Don't worry. And then I've got to throw in some more code. This is something I actually haven't implemented yet, so whatever the fuck. Prefab energy display. Stop parenting it weirdly. Energy dick split. Where the fuck is it? Why is it over here? Don't drag the center thing. Drag the whole thing, please. This is a bit big. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. That's a bit big. I think it's alright. Oh, I need to add the fucking outline to this text. Alright, where are you at? You. Control C, Control V, and get thrown into MISC. You are going to be energy. Yes. And let's add this. Why? So that I can go over to down here where it has, I think underlay is the one that I like. Purple. But get this. I mean, it looks purple right now, but it can look more. Whoa. No, but check this out. Boom. Boom. Look at that. Look at that. Alright, hold on. Oof, that looks not good. I need it to be more of like a dark purple. I want it to match that one. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty close. That's pretty close. I might dilate it a bit more. I don't know how much to dilate it is the problem. There's a yeah, that I don't know if that works with this. This is HDR. Yeah, no, that does not work. Eject, wait, Milo, what? Let's get Source to join us for commenting. I don't think so. I don't think Source has seen that. I don't. That's the problem. I don't think he's seen that, my guy. This feels like this is like more washed out than this. I don't know how I can make that effect though. Kind of like this. That's pretty close. I just kind of want them to be similar. He'll have no idea what's happening. That's what makes it good. He'll be confused. Negative question mark source. Source is only a bit confused. I mean, this is fairly close. I could probably do it a bit better if I really tried. Yeah, and then you gotta do negative question marks. No, those are positive. Hey, stop doing the absolute value. Get out of here. We don't like that. We don't like that kind around here. Whatever. It's close enough. It's close enough is the point. So I'm probably just going to scale down the entire thing, if I'm going to be honest. Link so that I can just scale. Oof. Okay. Not like this, you know? 5. Yeah. Why did that do that? You. There. Boom. So now it's like you've got your front and center purple coin and 5. Now, it wouldn't be a purple coin, of course. It'd be an energy symbol of some kind. I just haven't made one yet, you know? So, slight problem there. Also, what's going to be cool, when I make the actual energy symbol, now that I have these colors picked out, I can actually just sample these when I'm making it, so that's neat. The upside down question marks? Yeah, that works, that works. Meow. Let me grab something, maybe like, stop posting about Baller.
Stop posting about Baller. I'm tired of seeing it.
All my friends on TikTok send me Baller. Discord is fucking Baller. Hey, I see those right setup question marks. What are you doing? I love that video, man. We could just do some Risk of Rain music. Anyway, well, that vibes. You know, when I'm making the actual icon, I won't have to guess these colors. I'll be able to sample these directly, which will be very nice, and it'll actually hold some consistency, which is sick. How readable is that? Is what I want to know. Like, how readable is this, or do I need to modify it? Like, I did scale it down. Okay, it's all gonna say 6969 because the code doesn't exist yet. I kind of want to scale it up a teeny bit. I'm gonna undo my scaling down. Partially, at least. It's maybe 0.9. This is the difference in size. You know what? I don't care. It needs to be highly visible. It's just like a must in this case. I don't know. I'll work with the spacing later. Yeah, I'm just thinking about it. Yeah, that'll be fine for now, especially when I get the actual symbol instead of the placeholder coin. Number one thing I need to do, guess what? Text from data? Not anymore, bitch. It's out of here. Card display. Edit script. If only we had a new Text Mesh Pro reference called Dick and Balls withdrawals. I love Dick and Balls withdrawals. Because I'm having Dick and Balls withdrawals. Anyway, Dick and Balls withdrawals, give me this. And I can reference the text right there. And what I need to do is essentially say this number when you start. Wait, where are the things stored? They better be in a global array, right? I have a global thing for each W. I'm making this game not shitly. Or maybe I'm making it I am making it shitly, but I can do less shitty. Anyway, new int array coming out. New int array just dropped. Card energy cost. Card display, I am going to just say, guess what, bitch? Doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter what's going on. Everything is going to hell because Dick and Balls withdraws .text. This shit equals G. Do I have a thing to gamer, or do I need to specify gamer.instance? I need to specify gamer.instance. Gamer.instance card energy costs spawn data card type. Right? No? What do you not like? Can I implicitly convert? Fuck you. Chris going hard with this, man. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to mention this. While I was out, I discovered a thing which will let me hopefully watch Dylan's old videos in high quality. Or at least like with not shit audio. It's like a Chrome extension called Volume Master. It lets me boost the volumes of things up to 600%, which should hopefully let me watch his old videos, which are in absolutely abhorrent audio quality. Or audio leveling, I should say. Anyway, now, well, I'm not sure how this didn't crash, but it should crash if I click here. Boom, let's go. And you're like, boom, let's go. It's because I didn't make any of the integers. I should not have put it down here. This is kind of stupid on my part. But 16 is how many I need. They're all gonna... No, actually undo that. I want to make them all 5 by default. So then I can make... anyone know which one Earthquake is? 15? You know what, Earthquake? Fuck you. It's just that one. Just that one gets 15. Everything else is 5. At least for now. 5, 5, 5, 5, 15. Oh, I don't like that. Okay. That's kind of a... So, it looks fine with 5, but as soon as it gets 15, it stops being centered. Problem. Question. What's your question, soldier? I've done nothing but teleport bread for 3 days. What? Why? You told me to. Where have you been hiding it? I love that. We don't look in here, and this folder is cursed. There is... There's only a few ballers in there. We don't talk about it, we don't talk about it. Why is there 2? I genuinely do not remember why there's 2 different ballers. Is there some reason? These have the exact same image. These are the exact same image in text in properties. Why is there 2 of them? You know what? I don't care. Not my problem. You know, I always say it's not my problem, but it literally is my problem. So, I don't know. Oh! One's the repeat, isn't it? It's the repeat, the rap mode. Okay. Brain. Alright. I don't think I needed a duplicate for that, if I'm gonna be real, but... That's just future insight looking back on it. So I'm gonna go edit how this looks, because apparently the way it is set up is not good. So... I probably want to have it centered like this, right? And maybe change how this works in general. Ooh. Idea. Chat. Hold my beer. Let me cook for a second here. Let me link this just so I can scale it like this. Alright. Thoughts. I keep the icon below it. And then I throw it like this, which lets me kind of use this little dip. And then, when I change this number to, like, 69, it's still there. Bitch. Save. Alright, let's see how that looks. Of course, the purple coin, still temporary. Interesting. It's really hard to see, and I have a big monitor. But it's there. Maybe I move the text up, make the thing bigger? Because I do want it to be visible. It is visible, it's just really small is the thing. I'm just going to move the text up, move the image down, center it a bit, and then scale it up. Not that much. You know, like that. Is that too much? Maybe. I think it works. I'm not sure about the coloring. But of course, you know, that can always be changed. I'm not sure how much I like the purple with the current color scheme. I think it looks kind of weird with the cards like this. But I can work on that. Anyway, point being, though, these card energy cost is now being displayed, which is pretty fucking sick, if I do say so myself. I was definitely breaking my back on that one. That was real difficult. What color would I want it to be if not this? I think just the purple is not a good fit. I need it to be some kind of standout color. Maybe green? But that... A problem. It genuinely doesn't fucking matter, the colors. It's just like, I need to make it something. Because I don't want it to be black and white, because that's just really boring. Let me make it green and then just kind of dark. Why is it an RGB? I mean, it's normally... I just want to use HSV so I can change this. Like that. How does that look? If we ignore the purple. I much prefer the green, if I'm gonna be honest. I'm not sure about the icon. I'll work on that. That'll be a work in progress thing with the fact that it's purple instead of green. But I can just quickly tint it green, I guess. It looks awful, but I can. Boom. Changed the segs. Oh yeah, baby. We ain't forgetting the segs and the change sets. Every single one. Every single one. It's all segs. It always has been. Chris going hard on that, bro. Interesting thing, I do have to display your current energy. Oh, I just fucking realized something. This... Is there some way to make this its own thing? Yeah, bitch. Get out of here. So can I just, like, throw this in here now? Yeah, bitch. Alright, that's just good. I do need to create the reference again, but that's fine. I needed to do that as the prefab so that I can create this later. And this one, sorry to say, the original, I think... Wait, will this get rid of this one? Nope, we're good. Let's go. Isn't this the newt? When you're in the bazaar between time? I swear that's what this is. Wait, if I've done that, I don't really need to keep these, but, you know what? I don't care. They look neat. Yeah, this is definitely the newt. You gotta play games, single player, and you're gonna go play the game, and you're like, oh shit, these things have... They cost shit now? Not really, I mean, I haven't made the shit for this. Making the cost is gonna be kind of annoying, because I also have to do shit with, like, the AI tracking it, and, various other shit. Now it gets 2 plays. Maybe I should have a thing that displays the energy? I don't fucking know. I'm just kind of thinking. Also, I just realized I just like haven't been playing this game. I'm just kind of like putting shit down. I can't rebuild the core. I'm just going to guess what? Oh, double shot and attack again. That's all fun. Guess what? Me on my way to rage quit. Ha 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 ha. Yes. I don't know. It was this is pretty sick. 6 eggs. It's very ill. I for one am kind of just tired. This is my first stream back from vacation, and it's not been too great. That's all right. I mean, I don't think the stream was like the best, to be honest, but you know, we don't talk about it. We don't talk about it. The future of this game is very suspicious, I would say, is the best way to put it. I am not a very reliable developer. Ooh. I don't know why I just got distracted and zoomed in on the gap in the E thing, but you know, whatever. I'm not easily distracted. What are you talking about? No, but like seriously, I think I probably will end this here. I do have some shit to do outside of this, but you know, it's been a neat little foot wetting experience. You know, talking with you guys about some of the future plans for this game. You know, doing some other shit, whatever. I honestly, in all honesty, didn't do a whole lot this stream. If I'm gonna be honest with myself, but you know, eh. I could technically prolong the stream a bit by doing some other shit. I don't know. I, for one, have just been doing a lot outside of school, or outside of school, I mean outside of this, mostly relating to school, but also other shit as well. We got, I'm not gonna say anything, but it is November 28th, and my birthday is November 30th. Now, I'm not saying anything, but I probably will not be streaming. At least on the 30th I won't be. I might tomorrow, depending on if I have work to do. Happy early bird. Yeah, yeah. Very, very chill. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I hope next time I do a stream, I actually, like, focus a bit more. I think that, like, that thing at the very beginning where I just talked for 20 minutes just kind of killed my momentum. Or rather, it just kind of, like, shot me because I was like, ah, well, now I've been talking for 20 minutes. Now I don't really feel like going into coding now because I just was talking and having a conversation. It's like, ah, damn, coding time already? I don't know. I think that's what's going on. I don't know. My subconscious is very, very strange in how motivation works. Let me pause the music so I can have a real down-to-earth chat with y'all. Gadir is a very interesting, or Umbra, I should say, is in a very interesting position right now, because I am not exactly sure where I need to go with it. I mean, I definitely have things I want to do. I want to, make, of course, more cards, but the card ideas are kind of iffy right now, and I can't really think of anything that would be, like, too great to add. So I'm kind of iffy on adding new ones at the current moment in time, which is interesting. I want to add more, it's just, I don't know, I need to think of some better ideas. I do have, like, 40-something things listed, but I'm not sure how well they fit with the original theme, if that makes sense, or how well they fit. So I'm going to be reviewing that and doing other stuff. That's out of stream shit, probably. But what I mean is I, of course, want to make new cards, but like, I've got the new cards, I got the energy thing, which I'm going to make. I probably want to do multiplayer at some point, but like, I don't know, it just feels like I've kind of achieved basically every main goal I wanted to when making this. I mean, when I was making this, I was like, oh yeah, I just want to make a clone of Gadir, or Walls of Gadir, and when I was making it, I was like, damn, this is really hard. I was having a quite fun time. Doing the challenge from it. I think that's, if I'm gonna be real, if I'm gonna be real and honest, that's where my enjoyment from game dev comes from. It's the struggle. That's the fun bit. I mean, the struggling isn't fun, but that is what creates the fun, right? It's not really that interesting to me to just kind of do it, but when doing it with like some kind of struggle, some kind of challenge involved, where I can learn something from it, that is when shit gets fucking dope. That is, how I was able to basically create the entire thing I mean, not fast, but I basically learned how to do it and a lot of other shit, right? That's kind of why I do game dev in the first place. Is for the challenge and the learning of it, with the learning and the challenge bringing on the fun and also the pain. It's a pain and it's a love hate relationship, I think would be maybe the way of saying it, but that's how it goes. That's how it goes, I believe, at least so far as I'm aware and how I have observed it. So the reason I've been saying the current state of Umbra is in a very tricky situation is because 12-day break from game dev kind of shot me in the foot a bit, out of my control. that was not within my control to do game development during that time. Um, I don't know. I gotta put my words together. Hmm. Basically, I did shoot myself, or more like I got shot, would be the way to put it. I'm still I hmm. I still want to make the game. That's the problem. I want to make it, but I don't know where to go. I think that's the best way I can sum it up because I've reached a point in the game. You know, I've got the main menu. I've got like everything big down, and from now on, basically anything I add is just kind of like, eh. I mean, more cards. You're like, eh. Oh, you got a shop now. Eh. It's just they're extra features. They're not integral to the game, and that's what's getting me the most concerned. At least that's why I wanted to have this kind of real talk, real chat at the end of the stream here, because I don't know. I think I'm gonna try and think of some ways that I can, you know, spice this up a little bit. Maybe give myself some kind of challenge. Maybe what I try and do is make a like a timer or something, and I'm like, I give myself like a time limit to make something, and I'm like, damn, how fast can I make this shit or something? I don't know. My That's my problem is yeah, BFSR right now. Yeah. Um I think that's honestly the biggest killer of game development in general, which is goal setting, which, you know, I am an example of right now and I'm kind of fucking failing at it. So, I don't fucking know. I What I want to do is create some way to, or I'm gonna hopefully see if I can think of some way to spice this up. Maybe creates it for not just what cards to make, but also how many cards to make and what to make. Yeah, no, I actually have a list of shit to do. That's the thing. I've I this is the thing. I see like people preaching online like, oh, the how you get in this is the right drive. Yes, it does. Projects. This is how you stay on task. You make a list of shit, right? So I've got a game checklist. Yeah, making goals is hard, but if you put them together, it works really well. So I I do have, you know, like a list of shit to do. Some of these are less formal. Some of these are more formal, like add game settings. That actually I can technically cross off, but I'm gonna keep because there's more I want to add. Polishing all the menus, you know, deck importer exporter, creating some kind of shop, add more cards just in general, and I have like the card list of things. This is our ideas. VCMG game devs. I have seen a bit of it. Make it. I don't know. This is a piece of code for levels. This is not the right thing. Where's ideas and shit? This is the original outline for the game, but this is also where I had created the bunch of card ideas here and some other shit. I have a bunch of shit listed for things to do. It just feels like non-criticality. I don't believe that's a word, but I think you know what I mean when I say it. Or maybe you don't. It feels like all the things I do now are tangential to the game. I've made like what I have now is the game. It is playable. You can press play, you can do the game. And anything I add now is kind of like adding spice to it, if that's the right way to put it. It's making the game better, but it's not the core of it. So it's like I think maybe that's where I'm falling apart a bit. That's maybe that's where it's coming from. Because up until this point, that's I think been that's like a similar path through all the games I've made actually, like Rupture and Illusion and Idle Locksmith. And in basically every case, everything I made was like pretty core to the game. Nothing was very tangential. Why did my lights just flicker? I don't fucking know. Everything I made was pretty core to the game, like with Rupture, once I finished making the bosses, which I thought were going to be like the end thing, I was like, all right, I did everything. I'm kind of done. I think I need to try and hold on. What did you say? I think I need to try, and you two should just find some way to make that spice critical in your head. Yeah, and I think that probably is where my sudden dips in motivation come from whenever I'm making a game, which is that I've like when my mind goes like, oh shit, I've made the game, everything I do now I kind of don't need to do anymore. And I think maybe my drive for making games is like, oh crap, if I want to make this, this is what I need to do, right? Like if I'm like, oh, I want to make a copy of Gideon 2. Well, what I need to do is make the card placing, and I need to make some kind of main menu system so you can get there. I need to make some kind of deck builder. I need to make the cards that you use. But once I've done that, it's like it starts changing from I need to more like I want. Like more maybe I want to add more cards. I want to add more game modes. I want to add newer cards. And I think that has like a much lower level of priority in my mind than I need to. And I think that might be a part of the puzzle. This is a very complex issue that I keep stumbling upon in my journey, and how to get around it is honestly the real question. I don't believe there's a one size fits all solution to this either, which kind of sucks. I don't think there's some kind of holy grail out there that people are just like, oh, this is it, or like that's like there is this end all be all solution that works for everybody. I think it's different from person to person. And for me, I think it's somewhere between needing to maybe set better goals for myself and maybe challenge myself more. Because I have noticed when making things, I care very much whenever I'm challenged. If you maybe have noticed, maybe haven't, when I was bragging about aux tools, when I was talking about the room generator, which has zero connection to Umbra, by the way. But the reason I was talking about it and the reason I have a lot of pride in it is because it was a fucking hard challenge, man. That was so hard. This shit is painful. It was so hard to make. I spent a long time trying to make it. And this is like my third or fourth time redoing the entire thing, and I got it. And I got it to work. And that was like euphoric and when I got it. And I was like, "Oh fuck, I did it." Right? And I think that's kind of what I'm chasing whenever I'm, doing game development. It's like I want that big sense of glorification of whatever. But when I'm doing all this tangential stuff, that's kind of like a wishy-washy, do I want to have it, do I not kind of thing. It's not really required. It most of the time also isn't really a challenge to do. It's just kind of like more stuff to do. It's not necessarily like, God, how the hell do I do this kind of thing. Um, I think it's burning, or it not really burn. I think it's just driving me away from it. And another thing I've just thought of, maybe, is that maybe part of the reason why the tangential stuff just doesn't seem as, or maybe doesn't feel as hard as the main things is because when I'm doing the main things, I already set out with an idea like this is like I need to do this no matter what. This is what it has to be like. So then I have to go out of my way and create these incredibly complex things to actually do that thing. And it, is a very hard and it takes a lot of effort. But when I have this tangential idea, that's like, maybe I want to add this really specific thing. But then I realized like, oh wait, that would be really hard to do. And then I'm like, I don't want to do that because it'd be really hard. And why make something that's really hard when it's just a tangential thing when I could instead focus my focus on, something theoretically more central to the game. Like, I don't fucking know, like a shop or some shit, man. I don't know. So it's a lot to think about, and it's kind of what's been going through my head, but I also, have a lot on my plate as is outside of this, so I do this in my free time. I do it in my free time. It's a lot to think about, I think. Do I think? That's a good question, actually. Do you think? My philosophy teacher would be proud. Maybe. Hmm. Just like sitting here contemplating my next move. What do I do? Hmm. Well, what I'm thinking right now, what I'm thinking currently is about something I mentioned earlier about the potential idea of creating some kind of like challenge for me like artificial challenge for making game, like for making features. Like I had like some kind of time limit, or I'm like maybe I can only do it while like fucking blindfolded or something. I don't know. That could be kind of neat as like a gimmick, but I feel like if I'm trying to actually make a game, that feels like not a great way of doing it, since it can sometimes compromise like functionality or I don't know, quality, because I'm like, oh crap, I need to do this fast. Who cares about quality? Um, so I also think that adding or trying to extend my passion for something via gimmicks might not be the best plan, since gimmicks can only go so far. They can only go so far. Um, so I've really got to think of some kind of way to maybe integrate these ideas more into the actual game itself. Because part of the thing, when I first envision the game, I have like I know what I want the game to do. I know what I want it to have. I know what I want it to be like. When I created Delusion, for instance, I knew I wanted to have a first person shooter game. I wanted to add cards. I wanted to have unlockable cards. I wanted to add some kind of hats or cosmetics. And I wanted it to be kind of like a clone of, what was it? Upgun. That's what it is. Upgun. And I wanted it to be a clone of that. So once I made that, once I had all of that, I made some extra cards, but then I realized that these cards, they weren't actually part of my original game vision, and so they kind of got stuck onto the side, if that makes sense. It felt like the ideas were kind of just glued on with some maybe taped on with some duct tape or some shit, holding on with thoughts and prayers kind of thing. And when I made everything that was central, I mean I didn't polish it, clearly in Delusion at least. Um, but once I made everything that was central, I kind of just like was like, all right, I did it. That's it. No need to continue. The game's made. Which clearly isn't the final step in the development cycle. You'd make the core features and then you make the side things. Or maybe there's a different way I should be working on this. Although that's the order I've been kind of doing game development, which is make the core of the game, then make the side stuff, then go through and try and polish everything that I can, which I feel like is the right way to do it. But at the same time, it's causing a problem, and I don't know if changing that order will fix it, and I don't really know if I want to change it. So more things to think about. I've kind of lost my train of thought from a thought I was going to say, or maybe I didn't. Hmm. Anyway, thing with delusion. Oh yes. I think what I was about to say, but I lost my train of thought, was once I've made the game, once I've got these tangential things, I'm like, all right, I've done the core thing, and that's the game, and that's it. That's the thing. Instead of I kind of like, well, all these other things like adding more features, maybe polishing this. That's all more of like that's it's not like necessary for the game to work. So what I end up making is closer to like an MVP, minimum viable product. Although it isn't the minimum viable product, clearly I do put like some polish into it. I do make sprites, I make this shit. Delusion is probably a minimum viable product, but like Rupture, for instance, that's pretty good honestly in terms of like quality for how little I did actual polishing. I think that's not bad. And so far, Gadir's been going, or Umbra is going pretty good as well with the whole polishing thing. Despite the fact that I haven't gotten to that in like the normal cycle, but whatever. Um, I think the issue that I keep running into is once I've made all that core stuff, and I'm like, all right, I've done everything I need to, and then I put it away because I'm like, all right, I've done everything I need to. So maybe it's more of how I approach game development in the first place. And if that's the case, that requires an even more fundamental rework of how I even approach this entire thing. Because if I am viewing these as like once I start a game, I'm like, all right, this is the shit I need to do it. Like there is no I want in this case. Maybe I don't know. I don't exactly know because I do. It's hard to put into words because I do want to do game development. That is some. It's I really I do enjoy it a lot. But I think it's more along the line what I'm currently thinking right now is that I think the way I've been approaching it is when I'm making a game, it's that I need these are the things I need to do, so I need to do them. But once I get to the wants, it's like this is what I want to do, so I could do them if I wanted to, which more often than not is that I don't. The reason being, they probably require effort, which I'm like, why bother putting this into it when I could do something else? And that's, and that if that's where it's at, that hurts me too because I've seen that in other people, and I've been like, oh that could never be me, and then it's exactly like me, it's exactly me. A friend of mine, not Source. I don't know about Source honestly. I'm not gonna name them. Actually, I may have told it before, and maybe you do it, maybe you do know, maybe you don't. Either way, I'm not gonna say it now. Friend of mine was working on a game, right? And then they stopped. And the reason they stopped wasn't, at least in my opinion, wasn't that they had finished all of the core gameplay, because they hadn't. I think they just ran out of like a motivation, a motivator. And for me, I think my motivator has been I need to do this. These are the things I need to get done for the game to be playable. When I'm making a game like, I don't know, Umbra, I'm like, all right, when I'm making this, what's up next on the chopping block? What do I need to get done so that I can be closer to being finished? But once I've done everything that's like absolutely critical, aka the need, I take a step back and I'm like, all right, now where? Where do I go? And then now it's a big branching pathway, right? Instead of like a more linear path of this is what I need to do, then this, then this, then this. Now it's a big branching pathway of all the different things I can do, and I kind of freeze up when I see that because it's like, all right, here's a bunch of shit that I could do, I gotta pick something from there. And of those things, it's like, do I even really want to put the effort in? Because why bother doing that when I could do something that I enjoy more? And that's another problem that I've seen friends of mine fall into. Specifically, a different friend who was also doing, or who was doing game development. I don't know if they still are. Which is basically every time they tried to do a project, they would just end up eventually drifting away and in lieu of doing like video games or something more fun to them, like I don't know if I can watch a TV or some other thing that's not game development. Because while you're doing it, it's hard. It's not easy. It's not. I mean, probably not easy. And that's where you can derive fun from it. But the game development itself isn't. Uh, at least I think. Hmm. That can be something to look into in terms of my own viewpoint on this. But I don't know how much I enjoy like banging my head against a wall trying to get a problem to be solved. But once it is solved, the kind of like satisfaction from being like, fuck yeah, I finally got this shit done. That is I think where the fun, at least for me, has mostly been derived from, and that's where I've been like, oh, let's go, because like if I'm working on a problem like like the room generation, for instance, when I got that done, I was like ecstatic. I could not be confined to sitting down. I had to get up and like like circle around the room I was like in at the time because I was like, oh fucking hell, yes, this is amazing. This is exciting. That is like the kind of level of excitement I was feeling at that moment when I did it, and I think that's an interesting effect that game dev has, at least on me. Maybe not on others, but it's something that I've definitely encountered, which is the very very strange fun cycle that you have, which is it's kind of maybe boring then hard then like really exhilarating when you get it done, then maybe back to boring because in comparison to the really fun thing, it's back to boring shit. Then maybe you find something kind of hard to do, you struggle with that, and then it gets really fun, or you get really excited because you're like, oh fuck, I finally did that hard thing, and then your cycle repeats. So maybe another issue, maybe the issue is that I'm not finding fun at something, but I am finding fun at it. At least I hope I am. Maybe I'm not. Again, I'm in philosophy class, or I'm taking a philosophy class, so maybe it's just me because I'm I'm thinking more philosophically about all this shit. But no, it's a lot to think about, and it's kind of what's been on my mind as of recently towards this game because I've just been I don't know. I can sense that I don't have as much passion as I did when I started. But I think that's pretty normal. I don't think everyone like maintains the same passion they did right at the beginning. But what I am worried about is when that like if that snuffs out, right? If that ends. Because then I won't want to do it anymore, and that's what happened to Delusion, and kind of what happened to Rupture, and not really what happened to Idle Locksmith, but it was kind of part of it. Um, is that kind of like eventual snuffing out of the fun in it, and I don't want that to happen. And I don't want that to happen. I mean, why would I want the fun to end? That stinks. That sucks. It sucks ass. So uh, yeah, I really do need to think of some way to increase fun levels while I'm doing this, while still doing it. Like if I start streaming, and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm having a fun time, and I'm like watching, I don't know, Dylan's old videos or something. Now that I can with the this thing, volume master thing. Uh, that's fun. I can be like, oh crap, I'm having fun. But when I go to the game development, there's nothing that's instantaneously like, oh shit, this is fun. Like as watching a video could be. You're like, oh damn, that was funny, or this is really entertaining to watch. With game development, you have to like put in the effort, put in the work, and out of that you get the fun. But there isn't really a direct sense of enjoyment, at least that I derive from just doing it. And perhaps that is where my issue lies. Maybe it is. Maybe it's that when I open Unity, I don't immediately be like, "Oh yay, fun." I'd be like, "All right, time to do something that I need to do." And then once I get that done, then I'll be having fun. Then I'll be very happy because I did it. But this kind of maybe the promise of having fun, if I haven't like if it hasn't happened in a long time, maybe my body starts being like, "Oh shit, maybe it's never going to happen anymore." And then I lose hope on the project, like what happened with Delusion. So that's, more things to think about, and kind of what has just popped in my mind as I've been talking at this fucking microphone for, I don't know, like 30 minutes. That's cool. Welcome to my I don't fucking know, game dev talk where I talk about heavy shit about game development and how I think maybe. I don't know. I did kind of radically change how the stream was going by having this sit down talk thing at the end here. But I think it's neat. I think it's helpful, at least maybe for me. I've I don't know, identified some things that I probably need to think about more. Mm. And if yeah, I don't maybe Source is still listening to this, maybe they're not. But maybe it's something Source can also like take from this as well, which is like why do they find it fun to make games and why do they want to continue and whatever. I for one am probably gonna go now because it's like 8:45. I do have a bit of shit to do. Anyway, uh see you nerds later, be it in the past, present, or future.